New Year's Eve. A dark country road. A woman in a white dress, standing perfectly still, until she turns her head to follow the car. If a slow-burning small-town horror story sounds like your thing, subscribe now, because next night's story goes even further into the dark. He lives a straight-edge life. No drinking, nothing to blur the memory. That matters because what he saw and heard last New Year's Eve, he's certain, 100%, that it was real. He lives on the edge of a small southern town, the kind with friends scattered further out into the boondocks, reachable only by dark country back roads. His friend Darren's family lives out there, in one of the richer neighborhoods, and every year they throw a New Year's Eve party. He always gets the invitation. He always goes. The weather had just turned cold, days before New Year's. The road out to Darren's was bumpy, narrow, unlit, dense tree line pressing in on both sides. He had his brights on, a rare necessity. The only structure along that stretch was a shack that looked abandoned, except sometimes, passing by, he'd catch a light on inside. A few minutes in, on a straight section of road, his headlights caught something white among the trees. A woman, standing alone at the edge of the road, not moving, not hiding, just standing there, in a white dress completely wrong for the cold. He didn't stop, didn't dim his lights. Passed her by, telling himself he was lucky she hadn't stepped into the road. Then he checked his mirror. In the red glow of his taillights, she had turned, still frozen in that exact spot, but turned now to follow him with her whole body. He was very glad, in that moment, that he wasn't the type to stop and help strangers on dark roads. He made it to the party without further incident. Around 8 p.m. into the gravel circle, one car among a dozen others outside Darren's house. A clearing carved out of the surrounding forest. The night went the way New Year's parties do. Countdown, midnight, the slow trickle of guests heading home. He stayed to help clean up, like always. By the time he left, his car was the only one still parked out front. He started the engine. Low tire pressure warning. Old car. No details on which tire or how many. He told himself it was just a cold snap, common enough. Before pulling out, he thought about the woman. Was she still out there? Had anyone else seen her? There was a longer way home. 20 extra minutes, avoiding that road entirely. Late at night, with drunk drivers possibly out. He didn't want to add the time. He went back the way he came. He wishes he hadn't. Only a few minutes down that same dark road, something felt wrong with the car. He could hear it, metal scraping against asphalt. The car rolled to a stop. Against his better judgment, he got out, turned the engine off. The headlights died with it, and the forest swallowed him in total darkness. Flashlight up. Tire by tire. Every single one shredded, torn like claws had ripped through the rubber. Not a puncture, not road damage. All 4 tires. Deliberate. He stood there, useless, in the middle of nowhere. No phone service this far out. He'd need a tow, a ride, something, but first he needed to think. Then the wind died. The tree branches stopped swaying. The wildlife went silent, total silence. The kind he'd never experienced before, like the whole forest was holding its breath. Then a twig snapped in the trees. Something moving. He killed his flashlight, plunging himself back into darkness. Leaves rustled, the deliberate, stalking kind, not a squirrel, not a deer. This was the silence of something being hunted. Then a voice, soft, close, not 15 feet away from the pitch-black tree line. I see you. His stomach dropped. No air left in his lungs. No scream would come. The voice held no malice at all, which somehow made it worse. Then, again, can you see me? That's what snapped him into motion. He flicked the flashlight back on, aimed it straight ahead, and there she was, at the edge of the tree line. Fully visible now. The white gown, filthy, stained dark. Skin deathly pale, skeletal, gray hair hanging past her elbows, disheveled. And her face, grotesque, as if half her jaw were simply gone, twisted into something that might have been a grin. He ran, back toward Darren's house, ignoring the closer shack. What if that's exactly where she'd come from? He sprinted down the dark road, hearing twigs snap and leaves rustle behind him the whole way. Adrenaline outran her. He pounded on Darren's door. His friend's mother answered, pulled him inside, saw the state he was in. He explained everything. They called the police, called a tow truck, offered him the guest room for the night. He took it gladly. He thought the night was over. He woke to a light tap on the second-story window. 3:14 a.m. He remembers the exact time. No blinds on that window. He didn't dare look. Then, muffled from outside, "I see you." She'd followed him all the way to the house. Now she was throwing something at the glass to get his attention. He didn't move, didn't sleep, just lay there until sunrise. By morning, she was gone. He told Darren's family everything. Together, they searched the yard and found a large rusted knife that belonged to no one in the house, presumably what she'd used on the tires, which meant she'd followed him from the very start of the night and waited until the party thinned out to strike. One of the other guests mentioned, almost offhandedly, seeing a woman in a white dress walking around outside earlier, assumed she was just another party, goer, coming or going. Police checked the abandoned shack at his suggestion. No one lived there, but the surrounding woods were littered with dead, gutted wildlife. The woman was never found. The questions that stay with him aren't about what she was. It's how she tracked his car down a dark road in minutes, and how, missing half her jaw, she spoke so clearly. He's still going back to Darren's this New Year's Eve, but this year he's carpooling and taking the long way around. Some roads remember what's walked them before you, and staying on the path everyone else takes isn't always the safest choice, just the most familiar one.